Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another tutoring where we are devoted to building academic excellence in students. If you are looking to make your calculator your best friend to solving linear regressions, you are in the right place. With experience teaching maths trick, today I'm going to show you how to tackle regression problems effortlessly. That is, you are going to do it without you struggling and all that. I'll urge you to please grab your calculator and let's dive in. So our question being given to us when we look on our screen is that given the data below, what is the simple linear regression model that can be used to predict sales? So looking at our table with our first column, we have weeks and second column, we have what sales. The week is representing what our X and the sales is representing what our Y. So when we are solving it manually, we are going to what see how we'll go about it. So when solving it manually, we need to draw a table and we need to now find some things and all that. So when we draw our table, we have our weeks, which is the X. We first need to find the mean of X, which when we did, we had 3. Then later on, we will square our S. That is, when we square it, we have 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. Then later, we also sum it up. So summation of the X squared, we get 55. Then also have our sales, the Y column. That one too, we find mean of it, we get 162.4. Then we multiply the X here, the weeks, times the sales. Then we get XY, that is 1 times 150. Then we get 150, 2 times 157, we get 314, 3 times 162, 486, and so forth. Then we find the summation of it, we get 202,499. So we know that our linear regression model equation is y prime is equal to a plus b x. But how do we get this? How do we get our a? How do we get our b? We know our x is always constant. X is always constant. So we need to find our a and we need to find our b. So we will go on and see. When we do that, this is the answer that we are going to get. You get A to be 143.5, and our B, you get 6.3. But how did we get this? We got it by we having a formula for our A and a formula for our B. When we are solving for our B, we have a formula which is sigma xy minus n bracket to p mean of y times mean of x all over sigma x squared minus n mean of x squared. That is when we will solve, put our values that we had in, then we get our b, which is 6.3. And our a2 is y bar minus d times x bar, which when we solve, we get 143.5. But as I said earlier, I'm going to teach you how to use your scientific calculator to solve it effortlessly so that in the examination room, you can finish so fast and so simple. And you can even go through your work and also check whether there are any other questions that you've not solved correctly. So I'll actually go back to the question so that we can refer to it when we bring our scientific calculator. So this is our question given to us, week and sales. So let me go and bring my calculator. So we have our calculator here. So what we do is that we'll first clear our calculator so that you will not get any error when we are solving and all that. So to do that, you press on shift and number 9, number 3 equal to, and press on AC. So our calculator has now been cleared. So what we do is that we press, our first step is to press on mode. After we pressing on mode, a menu pops up. What we are interested is to find the regression model. And to find it, it can be found in stats number 3. So you press on number 3 after you press your mode. So number 3, then a menu pops up again. We have 1 to 8. But we are interested in the regression model, and it can be found in number 2. When you're finding your mean and all that, you can use number 1. But here we are interested in finding the regression model, which is number 2. I've made a video on how to solve for mean and also how to solve for standard deviation and all that. You can check for that in the description below and all that. So we press on number 2 number 2. So now we have our X and our Y, which I told you earlier that what our week represent the X and our sales represent the Y. So we input the values in. So for our X, we have 1, then press equal to 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've been able to enter the values of our X, that is for the weeks. Now we need to move to the Y. So the sales, to do that, you use the right arrow. You press the right arrow, it moves. Then you also press the down to move up. We have 150. We have 157. We have 162. 166. And 177. And press equal to. So we are done inputting the data into our calculator. When we are done, we press on AC. When we press on AC, what we will do next is that we press on shifts and number 1. You can see number 1 written on top, stats or distribution. So you press on number 1. And when we press on number 1, a menu pops us again, which is from number 1 to number 6. So where can we actually find our regression model? How can we actually find it? Number 5 is where we are going to find it. So we press on number 5. So we can see a menu process again from 1 to 5. We have A, B, R. We have these signs here and all that. So our A, you see the regression model. Then we know is what y is equal to a plus bx. So you can see what's A here. Number 1 for A and number 2 for B. So we press on number 1. So number 1, we press equal to. Let's wait and see our answer. You remember number A. For A, we had what? 143.5. You can see here too, 143.5. So you can actually see that what the calculator can do it for you so simple. So how do we get our B? Our B here, how do we get it? So to get our B, we press on shift again, then number 1. Then we press on 5. So to get our B, you can see number 2 attached to each B. So we press on number 2. And then we press equal to. So we have got 6.3 on our calculator. Let's check and see if you actually had 6.3 when we swapped it manually and all that. 6.3. So we can see that our A is what? 1.5. We had our A to be 143.5 and our B to be what? 6.3. And I told you earlier that X is what? Always constant. So you can actually see that the scientific calculator can help us in actually solving for our linear regression model. So simple for us to also even predict for other sales and other weeks and all that. And that's how you can easily use your calculator to solve simple linear regression. Pretty cool, right? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more calculator tips and tricks and all that. Drop any question in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This is Arnold Tutoring. Keep learning, keep growing.